Good day and welcome to Three Dudes and a Lady. Join us for a little motivation, a little inspiration, and perhaps a way to cope with your day. I am Mike Jones from Virginia, and my gratitude this morning is for Mother Nature and the palette she has painted in the backyard.
Hey, good morning, folks. My name is Earl R, hailing out of the beautiful state of North Carolina. My gratitude for this morning was actually from last night, the association I had with my men's fellowship group and the ideas we are getting going into the spring and summer, and just sharing ideas and making new friends.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Jay Anderson from the great state of West Virginia. My gratitude, just being here.
Hey guys, I am Christine Wright, hailing out of the great state of Florida. My gratitude today is for the hard days. They make the easy days much better. Today, Jay Shetty talked about Unfollow the Crowd. He spoke of the pink wall in LA, how it's a huge social media landmark. You know, people from all over the world are going there to take selfies there. But he talked about, like, instead of focusing on that landmark, what about what's around that landmark, right? What about the places that call to us, right? Your journey is, he talked about how the journey of that, the whole selfie thing, about how to unfollow the crowd, right? He has friends that have something called the 15-minute rule, where they spend at least 15 minutes at a place before they take any pictures. So whether they're hiking, walking around, whatever the case may be, they wait 15 minutes before they take any pictures. They explore and enjoy before they do that, right? This helps them stay present. When so many people do things one way, it's kind of hard not to continue to follow them, right? Or to stay present. It's less fuss to follow than it is to lead. If we can give it just a little more thought and be present in the moment, it's going to make our lives a lot better, right? How about we discover a new place to take a selfie, right? And this would include a memory with a unique experience baked in, right? We tend to focus on the outcome instead of our journey to get there, right? So live your life instead of someone else's with presence and passion. This is a really good one. Mike and I started when we walk in the mornings. I started paying attention to our surroundings, right? Because now that it's light out when we're walking, um, in the wintertime, that's usually not the case, but right now it is, right? Where it's light out, the sun's starting to rise, the sky's beautiful, like everything's coming alive. It's amazing, but a lot of times we are just walking, right? Like we're just doing our thing instead of paying attention to everything around us. Because it's easy to get caught up in everything around us, right? There's a lot of shiny objects. What do you guys think?
Well, personally for me, moving to North Carolina a couple of years ago, I had a vision for the future when I moved down here of what I wanted, but I had to live in the present moment to get on that path to follow my vision to the light at the end of the tunnel. And I knew it was going to be a slow and steady race. But we have to take those moments, even when I took pictures of, where I was living, or if I went on a day trip and took pictures of like beautiful mountain scenery, or if I'm with new friends. It's important to reflect on those memories to balance ourselves in happiness and enjoying what we have around us and just building from that. And I think that's important.
For sure.
Like something I adopted many years ago when I was in my former career as a banker, because I would get assigned to different offices. And my thing would be after work, at least during the first week, don't get lost. Just drive around, especially if they're in a residential neighborhood, and then you could relate to people like, oh, you live 3 blocks down, okay?
Right. Yeah. And that's connecting with other people instead, right?
And clearly, this was before people could take selfies because we didn't walk around with cameras in our pockets all the time.
Right.
And
And now we have the experience of that.
what I wanted to say also is one of the things down here in North Carolina, when I went on my first business trip to Orlando, Florida, um, I vowed to take pictures of the hotel, conference rooms, but also the people I met in person for the first time. Taking those memories and cherishing your path of what it is that you're going on. And just even if you make a wrong left turn or something, that's okay. Just stay on that path and get back on that path because you actually could be exploring something new that you don't even know about yet. So that's what makes life amazing because when you open up doors, you just don't know what's going to be on the other side of that fence, and you could learn something from it on a positive note.
So
Earl, with modern technology, you make a wrong turn, you may discover something, and GPS will get you back on track.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah.
Absolutely. Jay?
this one is a tough one for me. This one caught me off guard. I know that when I did my gratitude, I said just being here. This one made me think of my dad. So I don't know that I can get through this. But he was one that he unfollowed the crowd and everything in life. He walked to his own beat and he did everything his way. And there was so much beauty behind it. Growing up, I couldn't understand it. It just didn't make sense, It's like, what the hell is he doing?
But you're like, what is wrong with this guy?
What is wrong with this guy? But he's the guy that gazed more than 15 minutes. He's the guy that didn't give a shit what other people thought that he had to take pictures to show because he felt like people tried to impress other people for the wrong reasons. And I guess that's probably, and I'm sorry, I'm trying not to be emotional here, but this
Yeah.
one just hit me. This was a damn good topic. I think it goes to show, folks, we don't need to impress other people. We need to take the time, us, our family. We don't have to walk to society's beat and be a part of who they want us or say that we should be. And I think sometimes I get lost in that. I suspect all of us do.
Sure.
But I think it's just that this one hit me different maybe than some because of the freshness of it. But and I apologize. I didn't realize that this was going to hit me like this. But it has nonetheless. So I just feel like there's so much to learn from that. I think, Christine, you said something about you and your husband Mike walking in the mornings. The peace, the peacefulness that it brings. Conversation doesn't even necessarily have to take place. But the two of you walking beside each other has to bring maybe a sense of togetherness, maybe an unspoken connection that a lot of us would love to have. Maybe we can't or don't understand how to have it. So I just applaud the fact that you talk about that and bring that out as part of a way that you unfollow the crowd, so to speak. And I think it's awesome. I think it's something that sometimes I feel like I need to practice more of because it's real. And I think it kind of gives you, well, let me rephrase. I think there's nothing better than a sense of peace and calmness within your own self. I feel like that's when we are the happiest, when we can feel those type of emotions and because we're looking at our surroundings I can't help but to sit here and think, how many times have we looked around a room, a crowded room, and just kind of watched actions of different people and then realize, you know what, I do have a maid. Now, this
Yeah.
crowded
Davis,
room could be people that you know, so you know maybe a little bit possibly what they might be going through, and you realize, "Phew, man, it's my life's better than what I ever thought." Why wouldn't we put ourselves in that more often so we could really have a true positive mindset? That's, I don't know what else to say, but again, I apologize, but thank you for listening.
That's a
Jay,
go
this
ahead,
may
man.
be insignificant, but when you started that, what you just said, and you had your hands interlaced behind your head, it looked like there was an angel standing behind you with the light coming in.
Oh, wow. Nice. Thank you.
And believe me, I believe he's proud of what you're doing right now, and he's following in your path. So you should be grateful for that. And I just want to say that, for those watching, sometimes unfollowing the crowd could be a good thing because you need to follow your path. You need to follow your heart, your passion. Don't look at what others are doing. Look at what you're doing. Create your own crowd. Create your own audience. You know, because sometimes that's what it takes to create the happiness. Don't try to please others. You got to please yourself. Life is short. You got know. I mean, it's okay to ask for guidance if it resonates, but I think it's important that we follow that path that we need to get to that light at the end of the tunnel. And believe me, in my past, I'm very grateful to be down here because I feel like I'm in a more peaceful environment down here in North Carolina that I need to follow my path for the rest of my life. And I'm very grateful for the friends that I made, and I'm very grateful for what I'm about to do in my future.
Think about how this relates to what we're doing. Four, 3, 4 years ago, we were total strangers. Who would have ever thought we would come together every morning and then decide to do a podcast? Oh my God.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, that just opened up the door. I mean, look how many viewers we got. I mean, Christine can speak for that. But I can tell you, it's amazing what things can happen when you expect the unexpected.
It
Because
is,
you don't know what the future holds. You know, the man up there makes that decision for you. But the thing is, if you put the passion of what we do in this podcast, and it to me it's like taking an extra vitamin in the morning to enrich our minds and our bodies throughout the day, saying, you know what, it's not such a bad day after all because look how I started my day.
I get
Now some
energy.
of us go through more challenges. Oh, go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
I get energy from the 30 or so people I spend my Wednesday mornings with. But I miss you guys. I really do.
Well,
Yeah.
Mike, you're blessed to be with the Rotary Club, and I know the Rotary Club's like a second family to you, and this would be like a third family to you, for like
Yeah.
a better term, if I may use that term. But you know what? We all have our paths of where we're going under. Like my path for me personally, my men's fellowship group, that they've taken me in like a family, and I'm blessed. I found the church that has welcomed me with open arms. And I'm sure Christine has her own path of people around her circle that has guided her to her path. And Jay Anderson, he has his circle and know the direction he's going. We all have our directions and our paths. And, we don't have to follow the crowd. Just follow your path.
Right. And like, I don't know if it was yesterday during yesterday's meditation with Jay Shetty, or it was sometime this week where he had us look. Remember, do you guys remember where he had us look and around us to see what's around us compared to like, and this sounds so weird, but like yesterday, whenever that was during the meditation, like I noticed, like I can look out my window and I can see our yard, and then I can see a little bit of my neighbor's back of his porch a little bit. And I don't know how many times I look out my window just to look out my window and see nature, you know. Yesterday I noticed that he has a telescope in his, sorry, Randy, if you're listening, but I noticed that he had a telescope in his back of his thing, and I was like, oh wow, I've never seen that before. So like it's just one of those things, like you could definitely be paying attention and looking and seeing, looking at your surroundings, but if you really, really get present in the moment, you'll see so much more. There's so much more for us to see, right?
That
And just that one
example,
little thing.
yeah, that
You
example
hit it
could
right
not
on
have
the
been
nose
any
there.
better. You know, it's so true. We we live in such a fast-paced world, and what you just said is a prime example. That telescope could have been there for months. At this point, you really don't know, other than you were absorbing your surroundings, and wow, that's crazy.
Yep. I'm gonna text Randy, my neighbor, and be like, hey, how long has that telescope been out there for?
Oh
Or
gosh.
better yet, why is it?
Because we like it's really like our whole area is really wide open. Like you can see a lot. I'm guessing for the space shuttles that get launched, because you can really see them with that thing, I'm sure.
Oh wow.
Because we usually can go out the back of our property and see them get launched. So I'm guessing that's why, but I don't know, maybe not. Hopefully why.
We'll leave it with the hopefully why
Yeah.
for sure.
I always feel like somebody's watching me.
Yeah.
It's not pointed at my house, okay? It's pointed to the back.
Uh, that might only been a quick swivel.
Yeah,
Oh
for sure.
shoot.
The other
As
thought I've had do this whole thing is, you ever see the comedy bit where there's like 20 or 30 people in line and somebody just comes up and joins it for not knowing what they're in line for?
Yes.
That is the opposite of what Jay Shetty was talking about.
Because
oh
that's really joining the crowd, right? Like you are
Yeah.
following and have no idea why.
well, I I don't know. Let me just say this. I think it's easy to see that uh, we are not licensed therapists for sure. Sometimes we do allow things to affect us in moving ways. Um, I can promise you this: this is not something that I would project. I think this platform probably has allowed me to open up in that particular aspect. I've always felt that I've been a decent communicator. And sometimes I don't think that that's part of communication, but I will tell you, this platform sometimes grabs us, and it grabs us by the heart, and it's a beautiful thing. How fortunate the four of us can sit down and talk about it, and then how fortunate we've made the decision to share this with people. Uh, we hope you enjoy it. The content, the shorts that we do out there uh, are just trying to grab you to come in and at least watch a full episode. Please comment on them. We love to read comments, uh, useful and meaningful content, or comments, I should say. There's always going to be negative out there, but this platform's built around positivity and useful stuff. Anyways, please come join us on a daily basis. We listen to the app Calm. In that app, we listen to Jay Shetty.
And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. And please take what you hear here and If it resonates with you, just follow it. Have a great day, everyone. Peace.
Peace.